It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 7th Identity Day Conference, today, September 16, referenced to the 16.9 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which aims to provide legal identity for all, including birth registration, annually providing an opportunity and ensuring global awareness about the need to provide and protect the legal identity for all. It was exactly a year ago we organized the 6th edition of the conference. This year's conference theme is Public Key Infrastructure, Backbone to Digital Public Infrastructure. This highlights the important role public key infrastructure plays in the implementation of digital public infrastructure in Nigeria. As an institution mandated by the National Identity Management Commission Act 23 of 2007 to establish, maintain, and regulate Nigeria's national identity database and ensure the issuance of legal identification to all citizens and legal residents. The NIMC is dedicated to expanding its national identity database and enhancing inclusivity through innovative technology. At the heart of this effort is the integration of PKI, which ensures the security, privacy, and accessibility of personal data, laying the foundation for a digital economy that benefits all Nigerians. In line with SDG 16.9, PKI directly supports 3 core fundamental pillars in identity: inclusion, the ability for people to have the identity they require to access government services; protection, providing the necessary regulations and process to safeguard individuals' data and identity from misuse; and empowerment, the ability for people to have control over their identity and use the same to access public and private services. It is important we acknowledge that around 850 million people do not have the basic identification they need globally. And this is according to the World Bank 2021 estimate, with nearly 500 million of those without basic proof of identity living in sub-Saharan Africa, and 47% are children who are not registered at birth. Through partnerships with telecommunications sector, banking sector, fintechs, healthcare, and government services, NIMC is at the forefront of strengthening the identity pillars to improve service delivery, reduce fraud, and create a secure, inclusive, and empowering system for all. As part of our commitment to the SDG 16.9 goals, NIMC has made tremendous progress in inclusion, with over 123 million Nigerians now enrolled in the National Identification Database. This achievement represents a 49% reduction in waiting times, made possible through the integration of cutting-edge technology and strategic collaborations. We have worked closely with the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and also with NYSC and also the National Population Commission, ensuring seamless integration of the national identification number with birth registration, and ensuring that NYSC assists us in the enrollment process and other critical social welfare services, bringing us closer to ensuring that all Nigerians are registered from birth. Additionally, our partnership with the Nigerian Correctional Service has resulted in the full enrollment of over 85% of inmates, ensuring that even those incarcerated are part of the national identity system. Through technology and further collaboration with the Nigerian Immigration Service, we have experienced a 52% improvement in enrolling Nigerians in the diaspora, expanding our reach far beyond the borders. Through the NIN integration, we are ensuring that vital demographic data is captured across boards, ensuring that we reduce databases that are in silos, and ensuring that we're strengthening our national database through all of these processes. Likewise, our partnership with the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, particularly through the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, popularly known as NASCO, has seen the successful integration of the NIN with the National Social Register, facilitating better targeting of social welfare programs. We've also collaborated with Credit Corp to ensure that all citizens have access to credit. In total, NIMC has partnered with over 500 organizations, leveraging their reach to enhance the enrollment process. On the technological front, we have deployed devices across the country, ensuring that various government agencies, such as NASCO and NYSC, serve as front-end operators on our behalf, expanding the enrollment network significantly. In our continued commitment to protecting the identities of Nigerians, we recognize that identity theft remains a critical concern. Some individuals have been engaged in illicit sale and generating of fake PRIs that look like NIN, TIN, CAC, FRSC, driver's license numbers, etc., to exploit the system for fraudulent gains. Attempts to infiltrate all of our databases have failed, but these efforts have led to false claims that our database has been compromised, with rumors circulating that people's data is being laundered. Let me make it abundantly clear, there is no truth to these claims. Our database remains the most secure, and there has been no breach of data across board. We cannot ignore the reality that globally, that the world must come to terms with the fact that cybercrime is not unique to Nigeria, and the scope of its prevalence is not as it is often perceived. In response to these challenges, NIMC has formed a robust partnership with the Nigerian Police Force, National Cybercrime Center, the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Counterterrorism Unit under the ONSA, and we've also formed a good relationship with other security agencies, DSS, EFCC, in combating cybercrime and ensuring the protection of personal data, including identities within the PKI infrastructure. I must commend their dogged efforts, which have been instrumental in tackling cybercrime and securing identities across the country. Additionally, we have strengthened our partnership with both the fintech and the telco sectors to enhance our data protection. By integrating the NIN into their systems, these sectors are helping to fortify identity verification by eliminating duplication of identities, reducing identity fraud, and ensuring that every transaction carried out online is secure. NIMC has deployed self-service platforms and NIN authentication applications, empowering end users to also have great control over their data while ensuring that security protocols are upheld. This approach enhances the protections of individuals' identities, placing more power in the hands of citizens to manage and authenticate their information securely. Nigeria, of course, faces its share of security challenges, especially in certain regions, though we are witnessing improvements nationwide. However, we see a direct correlation between identity management as a PKI and national security. By documenting each citizen and resident, we are not only ensuring precise identity verification, but also enabling better planning for security, disaster response, and economic strategies. With this integrated system, tracking perpetrators of crime becomes significantly easier, helping law enforcement agencies respond more effectively to threats, both natural and man-made. Empowerment lies at the heart of the National Identification Number, and its integration to enable access to government services across all government ministries, departments, and agencies will unlock the full potential of each citizen's identity, bringing them closer to government and bridging the technical divide and the financial divide between government and its people. Similarly, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL-Fund, has leveraged the NIN to provide financial support to students, and of the most recent reports in August and early September 2025, over 449,000 students have benefited from the program since its portal launch on May 24, 2024, with a total of 86.35 billion naira disbursed in loans. These interventions have also expanded financial inclusion, particularly for women, changing the dynamics of households, income, and economic participation. While we are working on a survey specifically focused to financial inclusion for women, NIN, BVN, along with the integration to phone numbers, have significantly improved the status of financial inclusion for both genders. Beyond education and financial inclusion, the NIN is being used by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Insecurity to ensure transparency and equitable distribution in the sale of essential commodities. For instance, over 30,000 metric tons of milled rice have been sold to Nigerians at subsidized rates, cushioning the effects of high food costs and demonstrating how a verified digital identity can directly empower citizens economically. By enabling access to social programs, financial services, and essential commodities, the NIN not only strengthens individuals' capacity to participate fully in the economy, but also transforms households, communities, and the broader society. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on the remarkable progress we have achieved in inclusion, protection, and empowerment in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16.9, it is clear that the national identification number supported by the public key infrastructure is more than just a number. It is a gateway to opportunity, security, and dignity for every Nigerian. From enrolling over 123 million citizens and residents to safeguarding identities against fraud to empowering students, women, and households economically, NIMC's work demonstrates that a secure, verified identity is the backbone of a digital public infrastructure. Yet, while we celebrate these milestones, we remain aware of the challenges ahead, closing the remaining gaps in inclusion, addressing gender disparities, ensuring continuous universal birth registration, and extending secure access to every corner of our country. These are not just technical or administrative tasks, they are commitments to social justice, equity, and national development. As we move forward, our mission is clear: to strengthen PKI across the ministries, departments, and agencies, as NIMC is the country assigner for public key infrastructure, and we should soon begin the issuance of sub-CA certificates for each MDA to be able to carry out their transactions online securely and be able to sign digitally. Through our continued partnerships with government agencies, donor agencies, private sector, and key industry thought leaders, and our regional neighbors in West Africa, we'll keep setting the pace for Africa, demonstrating that a secure and inclusive identity system is not just achievable, it is doable, and it is essential for peace, security, and prosperity of our dear nation. On this National Day of Identity, we are recommitting ourselves to this vision. Let us use this day as a reminder that identity is power, protection, and participation, that every individual counted is a step closer to a stronger nation, and that together we can build a solid digital public infrastructure that truly works for every Nigerian, regardless of your background, regardless of your class, regardless of if you've got any education, regardless of your gender. Thank you, everyone, and I wish us all a happy National Day of Identity. Thank you.
Let me stand on all established protocols. For me, today, it's not a day of too many words for me. It's a day of appreciation to the great job that NIMC has been doing. We understand what identity is. Oh, please, I'm so sorry. It's like I don't need my next allocation. My chairman of FRS, Dr. Zach, please don't punish me. Please, I recognize you, please. My apologies. Yes, please, today is a day of celebrating NIMC for the great job that NIMC has been doing. For us, it's not about, I always say this, people tend to rate NIMC based on the number of enrollments, but it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of enrollment. And I can tell you, I know what NIMC inherited, because it's time now, because when you look at where politicians very soon will go back to base, to tell people what we inherited and what we've done. It's important for us to identify where we're coming from so that we can appreciate where we are at this particular point in time. I understood there was a time we had a lot of headaches in the Nigerian Immigration Service, especially with regards to passport vis-a-vis NIN, quality of NIN, some people, non-Nigerians, and etc. But today I can tell you that to a large extent, that problem has been solved, to a large extent due to the proactiveness and the quality of data now that we're getting from NIMC. So NIMC, I want to say thank you for the great job. So it's not just about the quantity of registration, it's about the quality of what you get out of the system. Yes, we're on a long journey. We're not yet where we want to be. But as I always say, the good thing is we are not where we were. There's progress. We've made progress in terms of our identity journey. Yes, there's a lot yet to be done. Of course, Rome wasn't built in a day. And even Augustus Caesar, who said that he met Rome as a city of bricks, but leaving it as a city of marble, didn't turn Rome into a city of marble overnight. It took time, to turn Rome to a city of marble. Yes, we're not yet where we want to be, but we have made progress. For us, identity is who we are. Identity is what determines who we are. As the president said, I think on his last trip to Japan, he said your nationality is in your passport, but your integrity is in your person, and that's the truth. So the identity of you is what should be the primary source of data in this country, and I'm happy that NIMC is beginning to be the hub of all data in Nigeria. If you want your birth certificate, your driver license, your passport, your tax, everything has to be integrated to the NIN solution. And I'm happy that over 20-something agencies have keyed in at the moment, and more are still on the way coming. So for us, BSOE, well done for the initiatives. And I know that all those other teething issues, there are technological issues that for us from IT background, we understand that the reason why you have patches in any software is that there will be errors, there will be issues, there will be backdoors that you need to fix. So some of these things will be fixed. But we should appreciate the good thing that NIMC has been able to do. So as the Minister of Interior overseeing, I'm not oversighting, I'm not taking a responsibility. As a supervisory minister, I will say that based on the initiatives, ability to think out of the box, I think NIMC has done fantastically well, being able to bring the solutions closer to the people. That's what is important. People, especially Nigerians in diaspora, they don't want to travel for hours just because they need a national service, just because they need NIN registration or validation. People in Nigeria, they don't want to travel far before they get these solutions. We want to be a government that takes solutions to this doorstep of people. We want to be the government that dismantles the bureaucracy of hindering the effectiveness and efficiency of our system. That's what Renewed Hope is about. Renewed Hope is about the ease. It's about bringing solutions closer to the people at record time. And I think that's what NIMC has been trying to do. And for these initiatives and these innovations, I have to give it to the management of NIMC that well done. We're proud of you. We know the journey is still far ahead. There's still a lot for us to do. But the question is, do we trust in your capacity and ability to deliver and to see Nigeria through that journey for me as your minister, with what I've seen, I know I believe in your capacity. I believe in what you can do. And I know you have the will and the zeal to deliver. So NIMC, my last charge to you, your ministerial charge, go, deliver, keep making us proud. Let Nigeria be greater for it. Let Renewed Hope not be a dream. Let it be a reality in identity journey. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Interior, for your kind words and your charge this